the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her thought bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her dark bubble we'll explore the unknown, a grand adventure like no other we've known.
change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited about this, and I was saying good morning to all of you guys. Good morning, good morning. I wasn't on here, but I realized it really fast. Hi, Jamie. Hi there. Oh, it's cold in North Carolina. I went outside and it's like, what does my face hurt so bad? And I went inside and it was like 19 degrees. Like, oh my goodness gracious. Here, like Breckenridge, 19 degrees is nothing. Here, it is a big deal. Making some homemade chili, says the Jamie. Oh my goodness. That sounds like an awesome kind of day. Hey, good morning, Ken. Any morning rituals going on with you, Ken? I know Ken eats like so healthy and so forth. And then we got chili cooking. Anybody else cooking something this morning? Like doing breakfast? Or it's like, I'm having pizza for breakfast. Like, I mean, if you want to tattle on yourself, go for it. I'm not here to judge. We might even look up why am I craving pizza in the morning? Spiritual meaning. And see where it goes. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. So many things are moving up in so many areas. And if I was just talking to a regular person out there, they'd be like, yeah, whatever, like no big deal. But in this evolving, you guys, have you not felt like you were in the cocoon stage where it's like, it's kind of cramped in here and it's, getting a little smelly. You haven't had a shower. You know, and it's like coming out of your cocoon time, and it's like, oh, you could first come out of the cocoon, you don't look so hot. I mean, I'm sorry, I sound just horrible. I should be a better friend than that, but you don't look so good. But you start drying out, and it's like, woo, and you like stretch, and now you're starting to see what your wings look like. See how this is like so progressive, so exciting. You got sorry about the earphones. I did my best with AI. I could not pull it off. I could not get AI to do it. I had AI helping me to make it happen. I could not recreate these on these pictures. So if you could just ignore the type of headphones. The pictures came out really well. It was exactly what I was trying to portray. Which was here's the elements of it. Again, ignore the headphones. I did the best I could. You've got a car in the background. That's the type of car that they drove these men that did the testing on. At least that did the testing on me. You guys in the GATE program. You know, we'll start here so we can let go of it. How's that? Because there's a reason I put it in this order. We've got Gen X rising. What's going on with Gen X? Like the leaders. The leaders. I actually looked up this morning because I don't watch TV. Like, what is this general idea of boomers and the economy, and is there a stall? You know, what is really going on? What are the dynamics when you put it, you know, pen on paper, understanding that this is all manipulated, you know, from the beginning, and all of it is created. It's like, how is this created? What is the dynamic and what is going on? Why is it not anything working? So I looked at AI going out and searching for me and got kind of an overall picture of things. So this is my opinion. Don't believe anything I say. Do your own research. In my opinion, all of this is so, like, there's a blueprint there for this not to be a thing. When I was looking at, well, how did this financial thing happen with the boomers, like XYZ and the housing and so forth? Let's not get into that conversation. But every system that I looked at was a manipulated system. So in these manipulated systems, we're letting go of these. We're letting go of these. And a lot of us experienced this, like in the Gen X generation, and right after us. This was like hot and heavy. My experience, you had the older style vehicle, and it was pulling a trailer, a black trailer, and you can barely see the trailer in one of these pictures. There were a whole lot of pictures made, but most of them were not appropriate. So you've got the older style vehicle out there, a trailer, and the light that you continue to see. That is the light that was used as like a strobe light. And how do you make it look like a strobe light in a picture? AI did pretty good with that, I thought. That could resemble a strobe light. If you tell someone that's a strobe light, you go, oh, okay, I see it. So, like, they had us looking into these lights. That's why we don't remember anything, you guys. I can't wait to do that show. That's another show I'm going to do. So if you want to join me for that one, we'll talk about our experiences, the commonalities between all of the GATE kids, and where, okay, make this as brief as possible. After, I'm not be using the right terminology, so this might be rough around the edges, but this reset kind of thing, not everybody was in like the reset. Some people just continue to live past some sort of wiping everything out. So ones that are like maybe 3,000 years old, who knows? And then here come humans. So the humans, if you want to call them Cabbage Patch babies, Cabbage Patch kids, Again, all of these are different um, places for you to start doing research if you're even interested in the orphan trains and so forth, and the incubator babies. So then they had babies, and the babies that they had were of a certain whatever was wanted. And do you see how, like, after that point, like there was a lot of experimenting and manipulation and so forth after that? This is making sense. It's like think of us as being in a laboratory, and they're creating something. They're creating something and monitoring. So one thing I'm proposing, this next 20 years, when we looked at, I've got a whole video on this if you want to go look at it, because we've got a lot of change going on right now. There's a cycle that is coming through that's going to be 20 years of amazingness. So in this 20 years of amazingness, let's think about this. If we're still in our old patterns because of stuff like this going on, and all, we can let go of that. There's been a lot that has happened in the last 60 years, last 80 years. But this big boom and this big amazing thing where there were innovations and people were thriving, and a huge middle class, if we just want to look at at human living. That, if that's the way that you live, then everything will be successful and wealthy and abundant and prosperous and so forth in this next 20 years. A cycle that I saw, you guys saw it. I've seen this cycle. So what this workshop is going in and having a plan for the next 20 years. And it's like, Kelly, how do you do that? Because I don't know what I want to do in 20 years. The plan is not going to be about doing. That's the beautiful part. This next Friday. I changed the date, you guys, to January the 30th. I had some people contact me like, oh, Kelly, that's such short notice. So I listened to you guys, and I moved it to next Friday. So it'll give you some time. And if there's any, issues, please contact me, Kelly@kellycoffee.com. So my intention in this shift, if you want to call it, even the push-pull light systems and all of that have words for all the belief systems have words for this. So in this planning, we're looking at I've been busy. I've been busy. I wanted to put out better quality stuff for you guys, where you'll get even more of a benefit. I've hits and misses. You guys give me feedback on all of these formats and everything. Let me know what works for you, what does not work for you. But this is kind of what I have in my head when I see, like, some of you, I didn't want to make it too busy a picture, but some of you are over there like doing your dishes and cleaning your bathtub and stuff, mopping the floor, or commuting while you're doing these programs. This is the professional version of what people are doing, but this is not how you're expected to behave. I mean, please be polite to the class and not disruptive, but it's casual in that in these workshops, you come to the workshop wherever you are. Isn't that cool? I've already had people sign up for this workshop. Once I changed the date, I had people start signing up. So sorry about that I just sprung that on you. I got so excited about it. I was like, let's do it now. It's like, Kelly, they're not ready yet. It's like, oh. Wealth, abundance, success, the 40 feelings and emotions. That's what we're going to do in this. A spiral notebook. I mean, you can read on there. It's really thorough on thegodbubble.com. Go find the workshop. You can read on there requirements, a spiral notebook, or I put some suggestions like a 3-ring binder. That's fantastic. A 3-ring binder, and then you can change the order of things. You can you can put a bunch of stuff in there, and then you can put like dividers in it yourself. and divide sections, and just have it like a really good source for a go-to for you. This 3-ring binder, that's your go-to. No matter what is going on, you can go to that 3-ring binder, and there it is. There it is for you. It's like, I have these genius thoughts in my mind, and you've got a section in your binder for genius ideas. And maybe you're like, oh, I don't want like notebook paper. I'm going to get like typing paper or something, and I've got a 3-hole punch. Just punch down, and I draw and I write this idea, and I put it in my 3-ring binder, because there's no way, I don't have time right now or anything, but I want to follow, write it down and follow it through and put it in my binder for later. There's so much you can do with this. So that's what I'm requiring it for that. Like, you've got a section. It's like, okay, there's a section now where you're going to do a, let's say, slow, deep breathing exercise. And you're, letting go and allowing from head to toe. And these are common exercises that you do. Everything I do is real simple, guys. You can memorize it really fast. I mean, writing it down is good. When you get stressed out, you forget everything. But when you do just relaxation techniques, slow, deep breathing from head to toe, your binder's already opened up to the section or your 3 spiral notebook. And then as you're relaxing, it's like, wow, that was significant that I let go of. It took several times for me to let go of that. Let me write that down in my binder, and I'm going to look that up later to see what's going on. So those of you that are planning on doing this, please at least get a stack of typing paper or something to start, because you can always transfer everything over to something else. To me, in my head, if I'm like, if this is going to be a long-term project, let me do a 3-ring binder. Let me get like I don't know, 1.5 or 2 inch, something that's reasonably sized, because you can always get another one later on if you fill that one up. Then you've got a 2027 binder where you can bring elements from 2026 up or not, or whatever. Like, holy crap, it really changes your life when you've got something like that. Everything has a place, everything in its place, and that includes genius ideas. And it's like, what did I notice on my body today that was really tense? When I did a relaxation exercise, head to toe relaxation one. Like, what do I do with that information? Oh, it's like, okay, I'm going to schedule myself to do a letting go and allowing thing. And, I'm going to, when I do that, I go to that page where I write all this stuff down. If I think about it, to write it down, that I'm really tense in these areas a lot of the time. So now this is the next thing to let go of. Isn't that fantastic? You guys. So the next 20 years is going to be absolutely amazing. Let me jump over here. There we go. So this shift, some of it, please in the comments put down what you are dealing with, because I want to take your temperature if you don't mind, or just say, oh, I heard this from a friend. That's okay. In the comments, where are you in this shifting? Because I see that this isn't just, we just start floating and we don't have to eat anymore. It's not anything like that. This is a mental construct. And in order to shift mental constructs from 3 dimension to 5th dimension, important stuff, you guys. If we're going from 3D to 5D, this is the mind. The dimensions are the mind, like layers and levels of the mind, and it is in the matrix. So if we're going from 3D, one set of rules in a mental construct, to 5D, another set of rules, less strict rules up there. We could kind of float around and shit. But we still have to create stuff according to a crystalline structure, let's say. There's still rules for us, but it's still better than you guys down there. So what happens when you go from a 3 to 5 mental construct? There's letting go of 3 to get to 5. Now, what do all the push-pull white light systems out there do? They try to push and pull their way up to level 5 without letting go of 3. And we've talked about that concept a lot. I hope this is helpful information to you guys. Hey, Jennifer, good morning. Hello, Kelly. Oh, Jennifer starts out with gratitude. She's freezing, but still in gratitude. There you go. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. Hey, Ken. Eggs. Oh, this is what Ken's eating. Eggs and cheese on an English muffin. Woohoo! We're getting fancy here. Do you? I'm getting personal here. Are there any condiments? Do you use butter, or ketchup, or mayonnaise, or mustard, or anything like that, like sweet chili sauce, sriracha, hot sauce? Like what goes on in the Ken household? Oh, you guys, I'm getting way, way, way personal here. If that's too personal, kid, you don't have to answer. I don't know if you want to. Oh, I'm embarrassed to ask if there's a little salt and pepper on there. But just asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. Hey, Jennifer, what's going on? Oh, roasting pumpkin. Jennifer, can you please send me your address? I'll be over there in like 30 minutes. Like by the time they cool down, I'll be there. Oh, I'm so jelly. Oh, it's so jelly. Hey, you know the fun that I had, Jennifer, over the holidays. I had a bigger oven and everything, so I got all the different kinds of squash. Can hear me? Squashes. She knows what that means, and like with all the seeds in the middle. And I roasted so many seeds of all the different kinds, like the acorn and so forth. So I had lots of those seeds. And then what some people do, they will take those seeds that they roast, and if they want to like just add the roasted pumpkin seeds to like a soup or a stew or whatever, but they don't want any of the texture, just all the flavor, then what I've seen other people do, Jennifer, is like you've got to roast them until they're and dehydrate them, completely. And then you take like a mortar and pestle, and then you grind them down in, those little coffee grinders and then you've got this powder, this roasted pumpkin seed powder. Could you imagine, Jennifer? And then creating savory dishes, like you just, in my mind, so like zucchini squash or something, and then I could create a sauce, in that savory sauce that I make. It may or may not have butter in it. I would put sprinkle the roasted pumpkin seeds to like really give depth. And oh my God, Jennifer, what happened to me? Okay, what was the topic today? Oh shit, like everything's getting better. Okay, hi Sarah, good to see you. Come on in. Let's see. Oh, real sea salt. I mean, you didn't ask me a question, but I'm just telling you what's going on in my life. When I found the brand of Celtic salt that I was getting when I did my research. I don't want to put brands out there. Do your own research. Figure this out for yourself. But it looks like it might not be the number one brand out there, but it's the one I see most commonly in the grocery stores. And the high lead content in that. It's like, oh crap. Even though pink Himalayan salt does not have as many minerals in it as Celtic salt, it doesn't have the lead in it. So it's like, do your best. Do your best. So I switched over to the pink Himalayan salt, and it made a huge, huge difference. Now, don't do anything I say, because I'm probably just making all of this up just to make you guys laugh and all. But I had a friend who, it didn't matter what was going on with her. She had anxiety, or was just kind of like a little bit low or tired, or seeking mental clarity, or anything, or just not feeling good. Oh, like overall kind of like pain or inflammation, or that kind of stuff. I don't know, just anything that goes on with you, or headaches, What else? I get, oh yeah, stomach aches. Again, I'm trying to think of all the things over time. So what she would do every time something was going on, she'd get about 8 ounces of water or so. And the way that she would do it, she would take you. You guys look up the dosage, and I'm not going to tell you how much. Um, so, uh, she would either like mix all of that with it, or started off by putting some under her tongue and starting the process off that way. And she would consume a certain amount of that salt. And I think she was using pink Himalayan salt. I can't remember, so don't take me at that part. I cannot remember. But that's the one that I used. With that certain amount and about 8 ounces of water, and give it a little time, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. And she said it didn't matter what was going on with her. It went away. When she would do that, it went away. I'm like, what? So I don't remember what happened next. But I think it was a headache. That's what it was. It was a headache. And so I'm like, ugh. Let me try it. Because I've tried everything. So I did that. I consumed a certain amount of salt. Look it up for yourself. I copied how much she used, just because she'd been doing it for so long. And it's like, well, she's still alive. So I'll do that much. She's still alive. And she feels better. And everything is getting better. And weight is dropping off. Yeah, not intentionally. It's just like, whoa, I'm just kind of like, shedding some of this weight. Kind of things were happening. It was incredible. And she's kind of modified it, and now she's doing simply, like the hot water. And she's found, I forgot what temperature, you guys, I don't want to give you advice on that. Go look it up yourself. She goes to a certain temperature, because she can adjust the temperature when she heats up the water. And then every morning, because I had heard, use like ginger, hot water and ginger, whatever you do, warm or hot. And it's good for the digestive system, warms everything up, gets everything going, and so forth, without being full of carbs and sugar and all that, all the artificial stuff and everything. So just simply, and she's like, nope, I didn't even do the ginger. I just did water. So I'm like flabbergasted. And she's like, the weight is just dropping off. I've got high levels of energy. I feel more awake. I'm getting better sleep. Like, she's having, this is not medical advice, by the way, do your own research. Because she told me this is like, what, hearsay. It's hearsay, right? So, better sleep and everything, and just overall feels better, is able to focus better at work. Overall, what she was calling a type of anxiety has subsided. And if you want to label depression, like, she feels more uplifted and has a more of a positive outlook on life. From drinking, she's like, I didn't really change anything else. I just started drinking warm water in the morning. Holy crap, you guys. Like, whoa. Isn't that freaking awesome? So in this shift, I see a lot of people doing a lot of things to actually help themselves. Instead of like, I'm going to go spend a lot of money and add all this stuff. Like, my idea was throw some ginger in there. And she's like, no, just hot water. Like, whoa. And it's working, just how simple that is. So that's more of a letting go and allowing, because whatever the water does when it goes through there is helping the body to let go of shit. Well, probably literally. Like, wow. Again, don't take any of this as medical advice. I'm telling you what other people tell me, then I'm telling you when I experiment on myself, and I'm only me. I'm not you. And whatever's going on with your body, you figure that one out, right? But if it's like, Kelly, I want to do stuff, or I want to whatever, but I don't know where to start. Well, here's a place for you to start doing your research. Isn't that fantastic? Let's see. Yeah, the real sea salt. And again, I've now, it used to be just read the back of the box and buy it. Now I research while I'm standing in the grocery store who owns this company, who owns this organic company. Oh, a soup company does? No, thank you. Like, holy crap. So then research, has there been any lead contamination of this real sea salt brand? And I'm not talking about it being sea salt, period. Just there are some brands that have stuff in it. Food Babe, that's a good source that I go to, Food Babe. And again, not that we're going to manipulate our bodies with food, but the idea that if we do put food or spices or herbs or fruit or anything in our bodies, the idea is not to push and pull in there, but help the body to clear things out, like parasites. Like parasites, you guys. So, again, we're not just going to do what the Bible tells us. You know, the Madonna side of me says, fuck you, I do what I want. But, you know, if we do look at the Bible for, you know, what does the Bible say about healing? What is that Bible verse they took out from most of the Bibles? It's not in there anymore. You know, over there in Matthew. Like, how do you heal? And this to me, my opinion, is a letting go and allowing kind of thing. Well, part of it's kind of like, let's get locked into, you know, a governing Lord above. But I'm also going to tell you how to heal. And when I heard that, it blew my mind. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was in the Bible, because it wasn't in my Bible, because they took that verse out of most of the Bibles. That tells you the way to heal, according to the Bible again. This is not necessarily the God bubble approach. It's just a place for you to start your research in doing this. The Bible talks about, this is paraphrasing, go figure it out yourself. Prayer and fasting. Now, you guys know I've talked about prayer before as an asking, giving your power away, kind of stuff. So, you know, I understand the concept of prayer. You've got to be on a leash with this. Prayer and fasting. Okay, what the fuck? That's how you heal, is through fasting? That is not at all what I was told last time I went to the doctor, to just, you know, do an overall, hey, let's do a bunch of blood tests and stuff to see how everything's going. You know, check on my levels and all of that. And just have a good assessment. Should I adjust somewhere? And it was like they suggested adjustments in the area of cholesterol. Whatever. Anyway. I'm like, but it's olive oil. Let's see. Could you talk about the similarities of dimensions and dementia? Ooh, that's interesting. Both aspects of the mind, but dementia is okay, that's a great question. But let's look at the way the question is asked, and that might be helpful when you first look at it, that when you look from another perspective, Sarah, I think you're going to like this. Hey, you guys, can you see what Sarah's talking about? Because this is, let's see, an old, Sarah, if I misspeak, Sarah, please, like Kelly, I don't understand. Just let me know. But this is an energy of like the mind. Oh, okay. Let me look at all the aspects of it. Let's first look at the perspective. Could you talk about the similarities of dimensions and dementia, both aspects of the mind? So we're coming from the perspective of the mind, which is in the matrix. So framing the question that way, no, I'm not going to be able to talk about the dimensions and the dementia, because I don't spend a lot of time going up and down in the dimensions, and like getting my degree in this dimension and then getting another degree in this dimension. Sarah, I'm not that talented and skilled. So, and also let's think about this as well. If we're looking at this issue from what might be the avatar perspective of, okay, from the avatar, I see that there are dimensions and there's dementia. from this perspective, what's going on. And looking at it, it's going to be harder to understand all the concepts from that perspective. So what we'll do, we'll look at this and we're going to look at it from another perspective. Let's see both aspects of the mind, the mental construct. So when we do look at this or remote view or just change perspective, Sarah, we're going to let go of the mind, the matrix, that pretty picture at the top right of like a pyramid. We're going to let go of that and be more like in the bubble part. When we do this, so there's no mind controlling what's going on. Let's see, but dementia is the disconnect of the mind affecting so many in the boomer generation. And then Sarah, from my perspective, we'll look at that in a second. When I see it, there's no disconnect of the mind at all, because we're in a mental construct. Everything is the mind. It's just a switch over to another level of the mind, which sort of kind of answers your question, right? So with the dementia, it's more of a not interfacing. What's a good word to use for that? Interacting with the third dimension. Like third dimension, oh my gosh, what's that? I'm all over the place in all these other dimensions. But does that make sense? Like they're all over the place. They're all over the place and then visit you. It's like, who are you again? Isn't that cool? In other dimensions, they're cool. They're cool beings. I mean, most of the time, they don't know what's going on here in the third dimension and having fun in the 17th, like retiring and gone off to fucking Florida or something when Florida used to be cool before it was like Florida. Like, oh my God. Thank gosh I visited while it was so cool. So does that make sense? And I too was looking up the boomer generation this morning, Sarah, and kind of looking at, okay, if we look at society as a whole, looking at that. Oh, we're seeing certain generations that were impacted in a certain way. How you see the food was different for that generation. And that generation, I found, was very obedient to their doctors. If the doctor said to do it, they didn't question and they did it. The boomer generation. So it doesn't surprise me that we have a lot of dementia going on there. The type of stuff I can't do anything about. I've dealt with it. I won't get into the details with my own mom and all kinds of stuff. And from an observation standpoint, watching everybody rug my mom and profit off the facility she was in, profited off of it. The selling the candy, can we call it candy? The candy sales, profiting off of her. She's under control and so forth, and watching that happen due to the edible industry. You know what I'm talking about, right? So then again, let's take a step back, Sarah, or from above, either from the God bubble position or somewhere up there. Let's look down at dimensions and the mind. If you want to visualize it as this big pyramid with the dimensions all in the pyramid, and then just randomly pick one of the layers it doesn't matter for that concept. Pick one of the layers, and in one of those layers, there's dementia. That's affecting the characters that are playing that game down there or over there or in Sector 9. Sarah, I blame everything on Sector 9. Or like over there in Sector 9. Does that make sense? Like change your perspective and look at this, and then you actually start seeing it yourself. And then you're independent. And because I don't want you guys to need me, because that means that I'm stuck in need. Or even want. Or it's like, oh, I have Kelly. Oh, no, she didn't do a show today. Does that make sense? What I love for you guys is for you to be independent. And it's so cool that when you put this stuff out, you're so receptive to that and open. And you guys let go and allow and heal. You're so in touch with where you are, because you're not in that judging and criticizing place when you're there. I think it's so cool. So yeah, this is a huge impact, isn't it? Impact in industry. Impact in industry. Impact in industry. How does that feel, Sarah? Like a perspective change. No, nothing. Dementia's still there. I mean, it's an idea in the matrix. It's one of the potentials in the matrix. But from a different perspective, it's not so confining. Oh, D-Weather Psychic, good to see you in here. Let's see, hi, Melinda. I had to take that down so I could read your comment. There it is. Oh, I started losing my voice last night. I sound like a cartoon character. That has happened to me, Melinda. Oh my gosh. Now here's something way cool, Melinda. Like go to Google, even Google as filtered and censored as it is, you still get some good information there. And you put like, lost my voice or laryngitis or whatever you feel comfortable putting in. Spiritual meaning. Isn't that cool? Because if that's kind of like prominent and out there, that's the first thing to let go of. It's Good News Day. I told you all it's Good News Day. Is that sexy Marge Simpson voice? Let's see. Hi, Indigo. It makes sense when we see that someone unwell goes to hospital, and the first thing they often do is hook you up to a drip with a saline solution, salt water. Here's something, okay, not the exact words, but a literal conversation with a doctor I had recently, where I told you guys a detail. I don't want to get into all the details, but when they took like 8 vials full of my red stuff from my body, and that was like, why is the room spinning? And she's like, oh, you might be a little dehydrated. And then was like, and she pushes this button. It was like so surreal. And here come all these nurses and everything in there, like, and I'm feeling like I'm an animal in the zoo. It was just everybody's staring at me. It was just the weirdest feeling. And then, like, I think I had an autistic meltdown, like, in that moment. And then they're like, and then the pressure. It's like, oh, she's been fasting. Her blood sugar's low. It's like, no. Fasting helps you not to have low blood sugar. My blood sugar's not low. It's great. Oh, no, did they test for low? I mean, they kept focusing on blood sugar, and I'm giving them accurate feedback. When the blood test came back, she said that my blood sugar was, like, excellent. So, like, no, they did assuming with the fasting, because they, like, eat 3 or 12 meals a day. Who knows? And then, yeah, I'm fasting, and I start eating about, like, probably middle of the afternoon to late afternoon. Sometimes it kind of depends. That I start off. Some days I will eat a whole lot, but I don't eat till later. And I've been doing this for over a decade. For sure, it's something that's really worked to keep my stabilized. And they're trying to dump all the sugar into my body. I'm like, no, I haven't eaten yet today. I don't want to just dump sugar down my body. Holy crap. And they're arguing with me. Your blood sugar's low. No, it's not. Like, oh my gosh, I'm dehydrated. Like, they did another test before that, and the results already came back, and whatever the result was, it was all okay. But they're like, oh, you're dehydrated. Like, so an actual test had been performed to tell them I was dehydrated, but they didn't have results back on the test to see if my blood sugar was low or not. And then they assumed it was low. That was so freaking frustrating. And I'm like, well, what's your point here? And they're like, well, you've got to consume sugar. It's like, that's the worst thing you could do. It's like, you got to do protein. If your blood sugar's low, to stabilize everything, like, you put protein in the middle of this. So then they got these GMO crackers with the radioactive, like, peanuts and peanut butter and shit. Like, and then I'm like, no, just give me some salt and water. And then I'll go better. No, you can't have salt because your blood pressure is high. I said my blood pressure is high because you're arguing with me about my blood sugar. That's why my blood pressure is high. Oh no, we can't give you. And I'm like, I'm dehydrated. What would you do if I couldn't drink water and I was dehydrated? Well, we would give you an IV with saline in it. And I said, saline is salt water. I was just asking you for salt to put in my water. I was going to drink it. Same thing. And they're like, no, it's different. And I was like, well, Google said it was the same. That conversation didn't go very well. Just saying. Oh, hi, Ken. You didn't have your speaker turned up. I know, right? I'm sorry, I fell out of my bubble. It makes sense. When we see that someone unwell goes to the hospital, the first thing you have to do is hook you up to a drip with saline solution. Salt water. Yep, we're scamper. So it's looking at these systems. Are you going to get rid of hospitals? No. Can you lead a life where if you ever go, it's hardly ever? Like, oops, I fell down and broke my arm. Maybe you need some help now. But it's like, achoo. Let me see what's going on with this myself. I don't know. I do stuff like that. So February is going to be absolutely amazing. You are going to continue to see these suggestions for plot lines that what are good words that we can use for the algorithm? So is scary an okay word? I don't know if it's okay. Scary. The woman that says fuck wonders, is worried about the word scary. So there are going to be suggestions of plot lines all over the place. That is not an indication that things are going to get worse. It's like, okay, here's all your options in front of you. You can choose fear, anger, passion. Here's your three. What do you choose? Well, I choose to scroll on TikTok today. Isn't that awesome? It's like, we're in plasma. Act like it. We are in plasma, you guys. All of this is good news. I've included you guys as well in my illustrations, my AI illustrations. I love this AI. I'm able to express things in this that I could not do before. I was just frustrated all the time trying to describe them. So in this, if you want to call it a shift, in this shift that's happening right now, I see a lot of cycles. And one of the cycles that I see is ending 2026. It's that 80-year cycle that I did a whole show on that. You remember, you guys? On like that 80-year cycle. Where did I put that? I think it's over here. I think it's up. Oh my gosh, where is... Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Now I found it. So there's an 80-year cycle that are in 4 20-year chunks, or turns, as they call it. 4 turns. Now, think about this. We have talked about so many concepts, and then we've got the concept of... Oh, crap, we're going to have to switch back. Sorry, you guys, I'm going back and forth. So we go back to this. Our reality from the 4th dimension, think of that as the 4th dimension, or you are in either inside of the pyramid, looking up at the tip top, and you see the 4 sides of the pyramid and movies being projected on them, realities being projected on them. This is the matrix. This is the mental construct, because everything is a sphere. Everything is a bubble. If it's not a bubble, if it's got like sharp edges and everything, it's the matrix and it's the mind. So we've got a division of 4. From a division of 4 creates 3. So if you're inside of this pyramid, you're experiencing the 3rd dimension. Isn't that good to know? Woo! So we know what to let go of. Think of this from another aspect. We're above a pyramid and we're looking down on the pyramid and seeing these projections from above. Almost looks the same, doesn't it? Only the projections are reversed. If you're inside the pyramid, you're like left is right, right is left. Outside the pyramid, you're looking at the screens as the opposite. Whoa, whoa. Because everything we're doing is like in a mirror. And you take 2 of these. Let's say you take 2 of these. And you got a pyramid on the top with 4 sides and a pyramid on the bottom with 4 sides. And the bases are joined. So they're joined at a square. Now, when you take bubbles to capacity, when you put a bunch of bubbles together, there's no curves anymore. There's only flat surfaces and straight lines. Isn't that cool to know? And it maxes out at 6. You'll see 107, sides on it. But more times than not, it's a hexagon when bubbles max out. In a perfect laboratory situation, we'll have 6 sides like that. So that's kind of how our reality is being created. Like in bubble form, when we come together, we're having like a legit experience. Like what's natural for the simulation and not a mental construct, the mind, and only this one. One idea and one idea only. Fuck that shit. So the way that's created is by pixels that have sides that are flat and 6-sided. And that's how we have this collective experience. Now, inside of that, you forced a square. So what does that say? If we're having an experience in a bubble, and then we have this experience with each other through a flat surface that is a hexagon. If there's a division of 6, you guys, or 6 sides, what does it create? The 5th dimension. Okay. When you let go of the matrix, you're automatically in the 5th dimension. And we're talking about this ascension shit in the mental construct. And climbing your way up to the next level. Does this make sense to you guys? When you let go of everything and you find yourself in bubble form and there's bubbles all around you and you're having this experience in one place in your gaming chair. And when you look around in interactions with other people on a flat surface that is a hexagon, you are creating a 5th dimension. Oh, isn't this? I told you it was going to be good news day. You're already in the 5th dimension, and then you in your eyeball form, you look into the pyramid, and you play a video game that's lesser than you, if you will. I mean, you're playing a video game; it's all simulation. But in playing that, you look into a video game which has limitations that takes you down to the 3rd dimension because it's divided into 4. So you're having a 5th dimensional experience going into AI that's creating the 3rd dimension, and then we're trying to get up to the 5th dimension from the 3rd. Oh my gosh. Is this helpful to know that? This ascension thing, this pushing and pulling, we're not going to get there. But if we just let go of this game, we kind of find ourselves in a similar game, only we're in the 5th dimension playing it. There's no climbing, no pushing and pulling. There's letting go. And you're already there. You're in the 5th dimension playing this game. Through the 4th dimension AI computer. Is that the proper technology word, computer? Gosh, I get so excited, you guys. So excited. Because we're shifting. And the shift is letting go of this reality. We could still play this reality, but it changes. It changes. So things are getting better. Things are getting better. And you can see it if you think small. Let's say think small in the beginning. We're wanting everything to change overnight. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. It's like, oh, if all this went away right now, Kelly, I would be fine. Right? So we don't look at the little things that start improving. So if you want to in the comments or in your spiral, if you already have your spiral notebook, let's write down like a gratitude page. Let's start looking at that. Looking at what has already changed that's kind of an uplift. But I still have a bad attitude, so I didn't notice it. Or am I just talking about myself, you guys? I'm just telling you all my secrets. Let's write that down. I'm going to refill my nice hot tasty beverage. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put carob powder in it too. I'm going to do that. Oh, that's going to be so delicious. Hold on. Where's my carob powder? And let's put some of this in there. So go ahead and write down, because this has already been happening. It's going to explode, you guys, in February. This is going to explode in February. You're going to start seeing it to be more dramatic. You're going to start seeing people come together of like mind and come together and start to organize. It's going to be very feminine in nature. The females are going to, like, we're not waiting around for shit. We're ready. Here we go, you guys. And that's why I'm so excited, because now it's at the end of January, this workshop. It's at the end of January. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Sorry, hunting for it. Boom. So it's this next Friday, you guys, January the 30th. So this was my thinking on it, since I'm seeing that in 2026, we're at the very beginning of if you choose to participate in this reality, you are about to have 20 years of the best of your life. And that might not be much for this experience, because it is so limited and everything. Oh, but shit, you'll take anything right now, right? You'll take better. How about best? So of the 20-year chunks, divided into 4, the next 20 years, if you choose to participate in this reality, are going to be fucking amazing. So that's why everything's getting better now. But like anything, if things suddenly, like, oh, New Year's resolution, I'm changing everything 3 days later, you know, your belly up at the bar. Like, what was I thinking? Right? Because he changed everything all at one time. So what this is noticing the little things, how more and more you let go, allow, the healing takes place. This thing just got better. That thing just got better, and it will start to snowball on you. Oh, wait a minute, it got better. Just acknowledging the better, you got more. You guys, I'm giving you free shit right now on how to manifest. Just by acknowledging, like, oh yeah, that was pretty awesome. I did that. I'm good. What can I say? We're gonna say life is good, and I did that. Oh, sorry. Let me get my carob powder. Hey, don't pull on that. Don't pull on that, puppy. Carob powder. And oh, I've got the real cinnamon. I forgot what you call it, but I've got that stuff. Carob powder. Put some of you in here. There we go. And some goat's milk. Oh, it's going to be so good. So good. And cinnamon. You guys, this is kind of like a hot chocolate with cinnamon. And the carob powder, it will tend to kind of settle at the bottom a little bit, the carob powder. So I make sure when I make it, I'm going to have, like another cup so I can mix it in. Okay, there we go. Put some cinnamon in there. Targeting stem cells like mitochondria, just, all your cells. Everything starts over. Woo! Here we go. Let me mix it up, and we'll see where you guys are. So, what are some of? It could just be private at home, or you can put in the comments. Where are the areas that you have seen improving? Have you felt like things are getting worse and there's nothing I can do about it? And like, all of a sudden it's like, hey, I feel like doing something. Something little and subtle like that. Let's acknowledge every little thing in this process. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Mm. Oh. Okay. Now let's get back to you guys setting yourself up for success, because everything is changing. And this is why I want to do all this. This was kind of like my goal and everything. If you guys are still in the old programs, it's okay if you're there. But if you don't know that the next 20 years is going to be amazing, you at least 2, 3, 4, 5 years or so, you're going to find yourself blocking yourself and slowing everything down. You're not going to prevent it from happening. You're going to have a good 20 years. But do you block it for the first 5 because of programs that things are going to be shitty and they're only going to get shittier? So that's why we're doing this workshop. The next 20 years. And we're going to look at every aspect of every feeling and emotion, and there's about 40 of them. You'll see some of them on the screen. So all these feelings and emotions, we're going to look at the next 20 years and set a plan for yourself. The cool thing about setting a plan, if you've got a spiral notebook or a 3-ring binder, let's say I set this 20-year plan, and in that, I decided to switch some things around. In a 3-ring binder, you can easily do that. Oh, you guys, it's delicious. It's just amazingly delicious. Oh, holy crap. Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh, goat's milk, carob powder, and fireweed honey. Or no, it might be another honey, not the fireweed. But you guys, that's what we're doing. We are starting out this 20 years with a workshop that you're going to set yourself up for success. Write it all down. And the cool thing is it doesn't have to be like this big, write it down and I have to stick to it. It's year 17. It doesn't work anymore. I should have done this other thing at year 17 instead, but I'm going to no, this is so flexible. And think about this. This is 20 years. Every year you might want to get a new notebook and rewrite it. And it's like, you know what? Now that I've done this first year, let me rewrite the next 19 years or even the next 20 years. Add another year on the end. Let's rewrite that. Let's rearrange things. I learned a lot of reassessing. I'm going to set myself up for success even better now. Year 2. So you're not looking for perfection in this 20-year plan. Does that make sense? Isn't that a relief? You're not looking for perfection in your 20-year plan you're going to be writing. And it's going to be pretty much predominantly emotions and feelings, and not things like, oh, 10 years from now I want to have a house, or I've always wanted a Corvette and that's my 12-year goal, or whatever is going on in your 20-year plan. That's not what we're doing. On year 8 you get a yacht, which if you do, fantastic, good for you, but that's not what we're doing. If you focus on the things, you completely ignore the feelings and the emotions. So for those 12 years, you're just going to feel like you're not worthy of a yacht. Is that what's going to happen? All of that time? No, we're going to get in wealth and prosperity and abundance, success. And then you might have a yacht in 3 years. Not that I personally, it's glamorous and whatever. Seriously, can you even imagine the maintenance on that? And the liability insurance alone? Shit. Fuck that shit. I will charter. Right? When my millions come in, I'm going to be smart with my money. I'm going to rent, not buy. Isn't that cool? You guys, we're setting up the next 20 years for your healing process. Understanding that when you heal in all of these areas, you're in your original God bubble feelings and emotions, and this reality becomes so good. Also, what we're looking at in this process is not just setting yourself up for the next 20 years and then what? So maybe there's something progressive. Maybe you'll do it once a year or something. Wouldn't that be cool to come and update it and then just continue to do the next 20 years? Because that seems like a really nice chunk of time. 20 years. Because the idea is for like the first 20 years, everything's going great. Right? Everything's going good for 20 years. Oh boy. And then what happens? It starts to go down and spiral downward and spiral downward some more, and spiral downward some more. Until it's like horrible. So what I'm thinking, and we're not going to focus on it, but we are also going to look at a plan for moving forward so that if you do choose to participate in this video game and this 80-year cycle that starts out fantastic and goes down to the fuck am I didn't sign up for this. The fuck you. Which kind of like resembles me. Like when we get to that place, it's like, oh, the good stuff is coming again. Like 20 years of, we were just talking about the baby boomers. 20 years of booming. It's going to be for all of us, no matter how old you are. It's going to be booming in every area. Because that's kind of the big secret, is finding out you're creating this reality yourself. And you've only been influenced the whole time to keep creating something. So we find ourselves in this. Hey, let's just take advantage of it and set ourselves up for success in letting go and allowing, so that when the other 3 cycles come around, we've already prepared for that. We set ourselves up for success, so we might not have a downward spiral in 20 years. Oh, did you ever think about that? Because if we've let go of enough, we're no longer in this cycle right here of things get shitty after it was good for 20 years. We're no longer in that cycle. Doesn't it feel good to know that? That part of the process of this 20 is setting yourself up to basically not participate in the cycle anymore. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Wonderful, because this is the division of 4, and you're going to be basically in the 5th dimension. And you didn't push and pull to get there. Right? Because a lot of us, not everybody, but a lot of us, I'll pop it up there. Well, first, oh, wait, let me start. I'm sorry. Let's start with this. Money, that's the biggie. That's where you find most of the programs and issues out there, and trauma, cords, and so forth, and blocks. Then we start with authenticity. This is one of the God bubble emotions. Isn't that amazing? These are fantastic. I'll go through them because you probably get dizzy like reading the circle of emotions. The circle of emotions. Do, 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 do. So in this 80-year cycle, if these are the focus, this is going to be your 20-year plan, you guys. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. And it's reasonably priced workshop. You guys, a reasonably priced workshop. And I've already got some people that have signed up for this next Friday. So excited. So the next one is worthiness. That's why most people, my opinion, working with over 17,000 people, the number one thing I've seen is worth. And that's why they don't have all that stuff. They don't feel worthy. So just keep that in mind when you're letting go and allowing. And you'll love that. And I have this in a specific order for a reason, but you guys can change the order. None of my business. This might not work for you. But I'm looking at a bunch of people and what's the best order for a bunch of people. This is the best I could do from the, the avatar perspective. Valued. What is my value? Is my perspective from the avatar. Well, if I'm looking at someone going to hire me, well, they want a young person, not an older person, just trying to pretend like they're not breaking the law while they're doing it. So I'm not valued in all in that capacity. So I don't have value. As opposed to what kind of value do I have by just having this experience? This whole experience is valuable because I'm out there doing like random shit. It's like, hey, let's see what happens when I go over here. The whole experience is value. Oh my gosh. And here we go, like peace, compassion. This stuff, if we let go and allow in all these areas and heal, joy, freedom, passion, and that's what this 20-year, the next 20 is going to do, is set you up for success. Oh my God. And you get a copy of it. You get a copy of it too. 11:30 Mountain Standard Time. Trust, optimism, satisfaction, happiness. Happiness. My favorite penis is happiness. Present. Gratitude. Supported. Can you hear my whiny puppy? She's staring right at me. Supported. Success. Prosperity. Like there's a blizzard outside. It's like blowing snow and like 20-mile-an-hour winds. I'm like, stop. We're not going outside. Prosperity, abundance, wealth, content. Not like what you're hearing from my puppy. Here she is, front and center. What's going on, my puppy? I'm going through a list. Yeah, I'm going through a list. Hold on. Grace, stability, confidence, inspiration. This is how you're going to build your 20 years. This is your plan you're going to have. It includes all of this. Isn't that exciting? Inspiration, motivation. You're going to be set, you guys, and have a plan for this 20 years. Can you hear her? Productivity. Alive. What's a whiny girl? Hey, can I get all you guys? Oh shit. You know, why can't I just go? Well, hold on. Let me finish this, and then I will like. Healthy, healed, dedicated, opportunity. It's just like having like she's a year and a half old. Oh my God. Whole, intimacy, empowered, safety, security. So the next 20 years in your 20-year plan. So that's why I'm saying go get a spiral. No, we got a week. You got a week. Take action right now and put it on your grocery list or something. If you don't have one, or just write it down to remind yourself to go hunt for one if you've got it in the house. Oh, it's up in the attic, whatever. Go find a spiral notebook, or go to one of those office places and get a 3-ring binder and 3-hole punch. It'll change your life. And the type of paper you like. Maybe you want it to put to your favorite color. None of my business. Or make your own dividers for it, and just get your system and get prepared to set yourself up for the next 20 years. If you okay? What'd you do? I don't know what happened. I wasn't looking. You okay? It's almost like she's embarrassed. She slipped. I don't know what was going on when she did that. It looks like she was playing with Bigfoot. And she's probably really embarrassed now. Oh my gosh. So I'm thinking about my stuff. I've been around a while. A 3-ring binder will easily last 20 years. And even if it doesn't, you can replace it in between. Get a new one. I like the 3-ring binders because you can always get like a sheet of paper and a draw right or something and put it in the front. So if you've got a spiral notebook, whatever's on the front is on the front, and it's never changeable. But on a 3-ring binder, you can change the whole tone of what you're doing with decorating the beginning. Isn't this fantastic? So do that. Go invest in a 3-ring binder and think that way. Will the spiral last for 20 years? I don't know. We're going to reference it a lot. But a 3-ring binder, with a nice hard cover on it, and then I can change everything out on it. And then if I do run out of room, because I chose 2-inch and maybe, but 3-inch, that you can't handle a 3-inch. That's ridiculous. So I'll wait till I outgrow my 2-inch binder. And maybe that's what I'll do, is just buy a binder each year and be like, okay, let me transfer the stuff over that still applies, or just rewrite everything or redo everything. Or let's start from scratch. Just think of the next 20 years. And you can do that in like a 3-ring binder, and you set yourself up for success. I don't want to make anything a requirement, because if you're going to redo it anyway, why not a spiral notebook? If it's like, okay, the first year, let me do the spiral notebook, and then I'll upgrade to a 3-ring binder. I do love it because you can do so many dividers and so forth that you make up yourself in a 3-ring binder. You can make it your own. You can add stuff to it. Like they got like all these accessories that you can put these 3-ring binders to hold pens and pencils and other things. And, little folders and pockets and so forth that you can put in these 3-ring binders. For things are so versatile that again, do what you want, but a 3-ring binder is a huge, big positive in setting yourself up for 20 years, that you can change it as you go. You're going to be referencing it all the time. It's like, let me put the stuff I reference all the time in the front, and the stuff in the back. Like I've got genius ideas. I want to write them down. I'll put it in the back. And the cool thing is, I haven't made it for you. I haven't dictated it to your world, in my world, how I would put mine together, and then have that available for you guys to buy. That you get to go create this from scratch. And that's the beauty of it, is that you're doing it from the very beginning, and you are setting yourself up, not some random company out there that has things a certain way and you have to fit into it. Isn't that awesome? Jennifer laughing. Oh, I forgot that's what you're laughing at. My favorite penis is happiness. Isn't this such wonderful good news? This is like the best news ever. The best news ever. And then I'm a little biased to Gen X, but if you want to brag on your generation, like, this is what I see. My generation, or just me. Fuck my generation. I'm doing this. I'm going to come over here and brag on it, because I see the millennials, my opinion from looking at things, the millennials are going to be like really, really important in all of this. But the millennials don't seem to be organizing in some sort of way. Like there's all this expectations for millennials to do this, that, and the other, and a feeling of inadequacy and so forth. That if there's some good, strong leadership in place that is good at leadership, developing the people, they're good at developing. Um, that's going to work with Gen X because we're, we can mentor you guys. We love to do that. We're in a position to where we've got tons of skills, lots of experience. We've done a whole lot of stuff ourselves. We went out there and made all the mistakes, and all a lot of the Gen X have been in the workforce from a really young age. So if you go from job to job or something, you just accumulate lots of skills and knowledge and experience and so forth that can be passed down to millennials who seem to have a little struggle. Not that they're not getting things done. The millennials are getting stuff done, but there seems to be kind of a, if I don't have some help with this, I don't think I can do it. Kind of from like the Gen X and so forth, coming in. So this is my thinking and my goals. If we've got a generation that doesn't feel like they'll do okay if Gen X is not there to fill in the gaps and to help and all, let's help develop the millennials. And to me, developing is letting go, allowing and healing and the mentorship. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? So you guys, I see how we can all work together. We can work together in this. So, in moving forward, the first thing we can do is let go of the concept of having to move forward. Do we need to move forward? Do we want to move forward? Do we have to move forward? Scrolling on the bottom. I am moving forward itself. Like identifying with it. I am white light. The push-pull white light, like up at the top right, where you see the matrix, that kind of white is the I am in what's scrolling on the bottom. State of being, that is the consciousness bubbles. The pure white light consciousness bubbles is the I be, the I am push-pull white light awareness in the matrix. Does that make sense? The state of being is out of the matrix. And in total field level, I am is I've created a sim version of everything, and I think I am the sim. Is that an okay explanation for stuff, you guys? Does that make sense? Like map wise, creating kind of a mental map or an idea or a concept. So the shift in this shift, I don't know how much AI was helping me with this, but there's a code and a frequency and all. These are just AI made up frequencies and stuff, so don't take them too literally. The triangles and stuff in the background. It's just AI making it look cool. So we've got an awakening, if you will, more of a pure white light that's not divided and patterned. So it's not divided and patterned. Isn't that fantastic? So we can see, again, the patterns of the matrix and how this reality is created. And this is a transitional period. You guys, if you want to look at maybe why I'm so interested in it, is Gen X was very transitional. To oversimplify, going from like very minimal, very basic technology to technology all over the damn place. Doing that through the technology revolution. Again, what happened? It's that, my opinion, here came Gen X. And from all of these genetics programs, from the Cabbage Patch Kids, around the 1800s or so, for the Cabbage Patch Kids that didn't have any lineage before that, they just appeared from nowhere. This is a genetics experiment, and they have babies. They're manipulated to partner up in certain ways through influence. Same influence today. Can influence you to fall in love. Eve, Lorgan, I'm saying her name wrong, you guys. Oh my gosh. She love bites. She was talking about aliens get people to fall in love and make babies and stuff that don't even like each other. And there's a manipulation like that. They don't force them, but there's so much influence and manipulation. And so you see all of these genetic experiments. So it's like all this manipulation, then you get into a relationship, you have a baby, and then here came like I was born in 69, 70, and divorce was like legalized and all of that. Like a woman can get divorced now. And so all of those divorces, so you saw that there were so many people that got together and made babies, and what the fuck was this? So Gen X and then again, the genetic experiment persists. But Gen X seems like a really big deal in these creating humans in this genetic experience or experiment. Gen X came in with all these psychic abilities and the ability to do all of this stuff. And then you see the technology swooshing in to then keep everybody distracted after that. So what does that mean? In my eyes, in my mind, what I see is that generation after generation being unstoppable. In other words, there's only so much you could suppress this because all the ones that are coming in are advanced. Like if you want to think of this as a genetic experiment, creating an advanced race and trying to keep and not letting them know about it, about all of their abilities, just trying to perfect it and all. This is a beautiful thing about what's going on is in this, we're seeing everything. Gosh, I hope this helps your feelings, right? I hope you feel better, hearing this. Like a solution again is letting go, allowing, and healing. Letting go, allowing, and healing. But that sure would explain a lot. So if Gen X has come in, and they're mostly unprogrammable, and I wonder how on purpose this is. Was this all like just an experiment, a genetic experiment, not just that, but a social experiment and so forth, to see, will Gen X rise? Will Gen X rise and take their place in leadership in this experiment that's going on with us in this little ant farm inside of, okay, when you see like on TikTok where they're like, did you know that under our oceans there are these domes? These dome civilizations where they've been told, oh, everything was destroyed and you're the only ones left on the planet and we got to start over. So to do that, we've got to do this, that, and the other. And then they, from birth on, they manipulate it every way. Do they give them televisions? What do their housing look like? How do they dress? And then you control every industry in that whole thing. In other words, nobody there can rise. Like, oh, I'm going to have a shop and I'm going to sell stuff. And then I'm going to have a corporation. Then I'm going to take over everything. And then it's like, no, the ones in charge have to be in charge of all these businesses and corporations so that they're in control of the fashion, in control of the televisions and how they're produced. And if let's say they're spying on everybody. Oh, that's so unheard of, Kelly. Okay, so that they're manufactured that way so that they spy on everybody. Like everything has to be controlled in this experiment if you're going to trick them into doing all this and everything, manipulating them to do it. So we're sitting there going, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy talk, Kelly. That there's these under the ocean, like, there's a lot of room down there. It could be possible. Maybe that's why we can't go down there in some places and all. That could be possible, but that's, sci-fi. If it's happening, it's far away from me. I'm never going to go down there and see it. Or probably even get on a cruise ship After all the... Okay, I don't want to go there. Anyway. Holy shit. You know, I'm just like Truman, right? Oh, I'm scared of the water. Oh, the big giant sea creature is gonna... Big alligator that's in the middle of the ocean is gonna eat me. Okay, so we have these stories of these domed... Not doomed. Doomed. Oh, the cat. Hold on, I got the hiccups, you guys. Sorry. Here, and that, you know, that don't take these too literally. Just look at the concepts of these. Again, we're told there's these dome civilizations underwater. I deleted most of these. And then when you start to look at, well, wait a minute. Okay, if we really start to look at, well, how would they not know that they're in a dome? Okay, well, the dome is like a plasma screen TV that's curved, that projects the sky, clouds, and all kinds of stars and everything up there. There's just no real stars in the sky. It's just projected plasma screen projections. And everything in there is enclosed. In other words, you can't have an explosion in there. Right? So when you start to look at, wait a minute, there's a firmament above us. Why is the sky blue? When I remote view outside of, whatever you want to call this thing, the dome, when I remote view outside of it, there's salt water. You guys, we're under an ocean. We're under an ocean in a dome. Outside of this dome is not air. It's salt water. Now think about it. What is salt? Salt water. The best non-ferrous, or non-metal, non-ferrous conductor of electricity. Electricity in salt water. We get good. What is this? It could be a nervous system. Are we in plasma? Whatever we're in is being created and run with this electricity. With this salt water outside. So when you see those random videos on TikTok about civilizations, this civilization, they've kept stuck in the 50s. This civilization in another dome in another random place, and none of them know about each other, they keep them stuck in the 80s. And this one over here, they keep them stuck in this generation. Or, I'm sorry, not generation. But this, way of wearing clothing and the way of thinking and dressing and behaving. And it's all manipulated. And think of all of those as experiments. And we're just one of the experiments going on. Woo! Told you it's going to be good news day. Now, that being said, let's take a look at this concept and this idea. I don't want to take anything away from this guy. He makes money off of this map and everything. So I want you to refer you to the guy that did all this no skin funded map. Check that out. Do those look like could be underwater? And a dome over it. And like this whole big glob is just full of salt water, let's say. Every one of these has a dome. And they're all being created with electricity. Like in plasma. In water. So is every dome underwater, so there is no outer space. There's only going below the surface of the ground. Going underground, traveling underground in whatever's under there. The farther you go down, it's like plasma, you guys. Plasma, then it gets thicker and thicker and thicker when you go below. And then you can travel from one of these, domes or whatever to the other one. This is all a big lab experiment, and every single one of these is doing something different in the experiment. It creates different entities, a different source of food, different source of fuel. The environments are different. Everything is different because this is all biological. Everything is biological, and it looks like something under a microscope, doesn't it? Just like our mountain ranges, or all of the creatures that came before us that were incredibly large, that fell to this planet, and in the beginning they were so large they created continents, or even the great continent. And did it break apart with Pangea? So are these just biological experiments, and then the end of an experiment and everything falls down? I'm skipping lots of steps. It's YouTube. I want to be careful with the algorithm. The button has been pushed and the experiment is over, wink, wink. And then everything falls to the ground and doesn't move anymore. And then on possibly plasma or some process hardens. And then another experiment on top of that comes and lives. And it's large, quite large. And it's like, we fucked this one up. Hit the button. And then those that aren't quite so big as the continents, but they're quite large, fall down and don't move anymore. Wink, wink. Talking in code. They're not. That pig's not going to oink anymore. The ducks will no longer quack. And then it's like, well, let's do another experiment. You know, it's all hardened. We got some nice hills going on. California and over on the left side of the United States, a little rocky, a little hilly, but we can make this work. And so more creatures are developed that are a little bit short, still ginormous, but shorter than the generation before. And they do their thing, and then it's like, we fucked this one up too. Next. And then let's say plasma reset, is it okay? Like a plasma reset, and everything falls to the ground, hardens. And that's the next layer. When I go to Google and I start looking at all of that, that's what it looks like. It looks like plasma strikes. Am I using the right words? You guys, please help me with the terminology. Like where plasma or some form of electricity hits the earth, or type of energy sweeps up. And because you see that it's like, you know, the nervous system type of pattern, but when you apply electricity to something, you see that same pattern. Like you see, it's like a huge bolt of lightning. Does that remind you of a god? A huge, tall, big god. Lightning strikes. And you see that all over the damn planet. Or, well, at least I've been focusing mostly on the United States. So those patterns are all over the place. See, think of that, and it goes through the land, the electricity of the lightning bolt. And then from that, it creates all these channels that look like they're in the shape of a nervous system. And then we were told, it was carved that way, you know, through erosion and this and that, you know, geology and so forth. It's like, no, it wasn't like that when we got here. It developed over millions of years. It's like, I don't know about that. It looks like a pattern that was there, and water just falls and goes through the channels. That was created in the pattern of electricity gone wild. Thunderdome 2 in 1. One comes out. I'm going to go watch that. I don't understand the reference, Ken. I don't think I've seen that. I've heard the name of it. I have not seen it. Let me go educate myself. It's a movie, right? Thunderdome. Let's see. Where can I watch the movie Thunderdome? Well, okay, hold on. There's Mad Max Beyond and Thunderdome. Oh, one of my friends was in that movie. Let's see. Sling YouTube subscription. I might be able to watch it on YouTube. Okay, I thought I saw that the other day, really. Mad Max and Beyond. Well, you guys, I'm going to set it up. Thunderdome. because Tupac and California Love. If you look, there's a dome. Go watch the video on YouTube, you guys. Okay, Mad Max and Thunderdome. I forgot the rest. That's all I can remember when I was typing it in. Hopefully it'll pop up. Whoa. That is not what I was looking for. Oh, I was hoping for the movie. I don't see it. Mad Max. No. Oh, that's the 3. Beyond Thunderdome by Rent. Crap. I don't do that. Ugh. Oh my gosh. It didn't say you have to like pay extra on here. Oh, it does. There it is. Yes. Let me try one more thing because I'm supposed to be able to I'm sure it's subscriptions. Nope. Oh, this. Yes, premium. There we go. So under premium, let's refresh and see what we find. Crap, it's still buy or rent. I thought I did not. Oh, you know what I could do? You could let me know what are the scenes and everything, and I bet I could find those scenes on YouTube. Not watch the whole movie, but find those scenes on YouTube. Yeah, because I see like this dome, and the dome, it's a physical dome where people have, climbed up it to watch the show and everything. And it's a grid, and it's square. Got the squares all over it on the dome. Go look again, California Love, Tupac. Watch the video, not for the entertainment aspects, but to look for the dome and to look for all the symbolism in it. And stuff on fire and everything. This dome is reminding me a lot of that. Okay, I might mute myself because I want to call this up without actually playing it. Oh, actually, let me do this real quick. Let me mute. Oh, I want to see the pictures. Okay, California. I've got all of these somewhere. Like I could show you all the pictures. I've already done screenshots. California. It's love. Am I saying the song right? Dome images. Okay. Exactly. It's almost the exact same dome. Oh, was that made for the movie? The Tupac song, was that actually made for the movie Mad Max? Because it looks exactly like the same dome. I didn't know that because I don't know if I've seen the movie. I know my friend's in it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Let me look. No way. Here's a trip to Los Angeles, and that is, where's this? It's got, is this like Walt Disney or something, or Walt Disney World, where you got the world like a globe, but it's got that square grid, and the continents are like on top of it. And it's a globe. The globe is just the dome. And think of that square dome. That's the Matrix. They keep pushing a false third dimension on you by putting that in front of you. Oh my gosh. Hey, thanks for mentioning Thunderdome. It was, you could see where it's everywhere. This influence is all over the damn place. When I saw the movies on TV repeating with no new plot lines, I suspected a big reset. I think a lot of people are catching on, and now they will manifest the change and grab the future by the. Hey, you guys, this is weird. Okay, don't freak out. Yesterday I triggered, and everything fell into place. Let me show you. It's gonna take me a second to remember where these pictures are. I think they're here. Okay, not that one. Hold on. Not that. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Here's what started getting a little weird for me. Okay. So we've got this program, and I was looking at these AI pictures, and I looked at the guy, the CIA, and it clicked. Wait a minute. None of them have vests on. Or what is it called? A short coat or a top coat, or what is that called? The vest. of a suit, like a 3-piece suit, and you've got a vest. So the CIA guys, if that's what they are, who knows? We sure dress like them. They did not have a vest or a pocket watch or anything like that. I don't have I will do a whole show on this if you guys want me to. Where's my and we'll do it on, I call them Men in Black, and everybody else called them the Hat Man. So I'll just put Hat Man in here, and then for me, Men in Black, because they wore black. They wore black. I will talk about the pictures, but I don't have them to show you yet until I go out on the internet and start gathering. So you've got, do you guys remember when I was telling you about at night? Oh, let me show you all the pictures first, because it's kind of creeped me out. This would really creep me out because us men were like so close to the kids. There's a weirdness factor to this one right here. But again, I noticed these were not 3-piece suits and all. So let's go to let me see if it's over here. I'm not sure where I parked the pictures. Let me find them. Not there. There we go. Okay. Now, this is what was so weird, and I don't know if it's portrayed in this AI picture that I created. I created all of these. So we've got a 3-piece suit with the Men in Black, and you've got the fedora hat. Sorry, you guys, let me move this over. And then you've got like a fedora hat going on. And they always have a fedora hat. Right? Now, when I was talking about these guys, I tried as best I could to describe their face. And always, and I'm like, why am I describing it this way? Would you describe a human this way? Not really. I was trying to equate it to a human as best that I could. But I described it as tree bark, because there are some trees out there, and it's not necessarily like the bark. I misdescribed it so horribly. Almost like when you see a tree and it's got multiple vines, and it's made that way, they go like up and down, and these vines will kind of grow together and everything, but you'll have these long thick vines that cover everything, and it creates kind of a like elongated wrinkles. But I was trying to describe his face as like a tree or something like that. I couldn't figure out how to describe it at all, because it was human in nature, but then there was a covering. So then it's like, and I'm like, other people were like, no, I saw a human face or whatever. When the Hat Man came to visit me, he had a human face. I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. Now check this out. So we've got Stranger Things that comes along. All right. Stranger Things, we've got Vecna, Mr. Whatsit, which is a repeat of a concept kid. Mr. Watson, I think there's like a Mrs. Watson. I can't remember. So you've got Henry. How many days? He had like 7 names. He went by 7 personalities. I saw a scene. I'm going to watch Stranger Things again. I saw a scene where he changed from one character to another. Like, I think he was the scary, like, burn victim, tree roots looking thing. And then he turned into like an orderly with like a white outfit on, just looking like a human. Shapeshifter. See, I'm like, what are these things that visit us at night? What the fuck are they? So this guy, he goes in Holly's room. This picture, okay, it's not an exact, this AI rendering of the idea and concept. So he goes in, the hat's supposed to be brown. Instead of black, an all black 3-piece suit, he's got a brown from head to toe. I don't know why there's a difference. So he's in Holly's bedroom. And that's what the hat men do. And he wears a hat. So you've got him. And I was like, oh, but his face isn't like that. But and I don't have it right here. And I don't know if I could show it on YouTube and get away with it. But go look at Vecna. When he turns into like the hideous, scary monster, it looks like he's got vines and stuff all over his face. That's the texture that was on the guys with the black hats that visit at night. That's the texture that was on their face. So I kept describing them as like it almost looks like they came out of like a coffin, like where you're dried and shriveled up and not alive anymore. Over the years, I have not been able to describe that texture. It made no sense me trying to tell you guys what it looked like either. Until I started to realize, look at these pictures of we've got Adjustment Bureau. Adjustment Bureau, the ones that came here, they had hats on. They had hats on, and although they didn't have watches, they had timeline tablets. Kind of the same concept. Oh, you guys, you look at Swamp Thing, you've got the same texture going on with Swamp Thing. Almost like a Roots kind of texture. So then I was looking at Poltergeist. I think it's Poltergeist 2 mainly, where it's got that old man that starts, was he whistling? I can't remember, you guys. Was he saying a nursery rhyme, and it was like really creepy? Like 1, 2, buckle my shoe kind of shit. So we've got Poltergeist 2 with the old man. And the old man, there are scenes where his face looks just like Vecna. Where he turns into this awful monster-looking creature, where his entire body from head to toe has that texture on it, just like Vecna and Stranger Things. And that's Poltergeist 2. You follow where I'm going with that? And he's got that 3-piece suit on. He's rocking that 3-piece suit and the tie and everything. Picking up what I'm laying down. So it struck me when I realized these are shapeshifters. Are these the Watchers? Is that what you would call them, you guys? Would you call them Watchers? Again, they came to me, the ones that were like this, or like this 3-piece suit, a hat. In the dark, it all looks black. I don't think it was brown, but and then their face looked like Vecna's face. We had that texture on it. That's what's visiting us. So they say this is a phenomena where children are seeing these guys, and these guys are coming to visit children. What is Vecna doing? The children. Poltergeist 2. Carol Ann. The children. He takes them to a place like in another dimension, like they call the upside down or whatever, or the memory space. Because I'm sorry, I forgot the technical words for Stranger Things. So these guys in the black hats are always taking the children. Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger is another example. He wears a hat. His face is fucked up. His face looks like burned victim tree roots. Just like Vecna. Just like all of them. The guy in Poltergeist. Freddy Krueger. And what is he? He's after the children. And don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep, because he's going to visit you in his sleep. We're going to dive deep into the Gate program, you guys, on another show. I hope you join me for that. Because in that, I do not want fear. This is not my intent. Because we're letting go of this stuff. We're letting go of this stuff. But a lot of us haven't really talked about it and made connections. for us to heal, because it's still like, what happened? Now, in my case, I was visited every night by men, between 1 and 3 men. Looked just like this every night. And again, it looked like they just came out of the grave. Their face. Again, that's what Vecna looks like. It looks, humanoid. Only burn victim with roots. A rooted burn victim. So, from as far as I can remember, but probably birth, every night visited until I turned 34 and was never visited again that I'm aware of. If they visit me, I don't know about it. But I was always screaming, and my parents came in there, or there was someone else to tell me, hey, you were screaming last night. And then suddenly I wouldn't remember unless someone mentioned something. And they're like, what? I was screaming. And then all of a sudden I remembered the whole thing that happened from the men in black. I called them men in black. Everybody else calls them Hat Man. But the men in black, they were standing there, like 3 of them, and they were standing by my bed. And then I was talking to a friend last night, and I realized these Hat Men, they did not walk. When somebody walks, you either sway from side to side, or there's kind of like an up and down kind of thing. Like there's a motion that takes place that someone is walking. Step by step. There's a movement. These guys, I don't remember them walking. They just moved without swaying back and forth or going up and down or any other indication that they're putting one foot in front of the other. What's going on with that? The hovering Hat Man. You guys, I gotta laugh. I'm like about to cry now. Like shit. So are you seeing the connections? You guys, if you want to participate and be putting this show together, we'll do a separate show on the Hat Man, specifically the Hat Man, and where it's found in all of the movies out there. If you want to participate in that and contribute and send me pictures, or just, hey, Kelly, I know what you're talking about. That idea is in this movie too. I don't know if you knew it was in this movie, Kelly. The same idea of Freddy Krueger, Poltergeist 2, Stranger Things. All these concepts of being visited at night. It's children, like taking their souls or whatever, taking them the hat, some form of time. We've got the Adjustment Bureau. They wear hats. You've got Dark City. And in Dark City, all of the aliens had on those 3-piece suits and everything, including the overcoat and all. And hats. And what? They were there at night. Now, I didn't see any children in the movie. That was different. One of the aliens was a child, but that element is missing, the children element. And they ended up looking like this weird, I'm sorry to give this away, spoiler alert, almost like this squid looking, parasite looking alien that was inside of these bodies. The bodies, weren't even them. And it was like, oh my gosh, if you take what their tentacles look like, it would look like that face. Like, oh my god, all over the damn place. Like, shit. Hey, CW, why you look like the guy you saw whose face was hanging off? Do you mean like the rubber face guy or whatever in Florida? Are you talking about a dream I told you? Do you mind clarifying, CW? Let's see. I left a comment on your TikTok video. Oh, I didn't see your comment yet. I haven't been over there this morning. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Told how you know the brim of his hat is actually a hat and not the spikes from a lizard. When I've encountered the types that were lizards, they typically did not have clothing on. Or if they had clothing on, it was minimal clothing. like a band or something around their waist, or band that went over the shoulder, or something like that. And then since these are appearing to be shapeshifters, they can appear in one form, then comes their messed up, fucked up face, in another form, and then like Henry. Oh, I looked up that guy. You guys. Okay, Stranger Things. Okay, Henry. Is it Keel? Oh, help me. Oh shit. Let's see, Henry. What was the Henry character's name in Stranger Things?
The character Henry in Stranger Things is actually Henry Creel, also known as one or the main villain, Vecna. He is the son of Victor Creel and created the Upside Down's hive mind.
Okay. Now, that is in Stranger Things, Henry Creel. What is the name of the tall, scary man in Poltergeist 2?
The scary man in Poltergeist 2 is Reverend Henry Kane. He is portrayed by Julian Beck and is known for his tall frame and black suit. Kane is the main villain, trying to take the Freeling family to the other side.
You guys, the scary guy that has the messed up face, that's like the alien form or whatever, he's got that fucked up face, like tree root looking kind of thing. Like burn victim tree roots. But like his whole body looks like that later on in there. His name is Henry Kane, Kane. Okay, you guys, they've got it all over the damn place. So that's what I'm saying. Please help me, and help me, you guys. Let's put all those down. I'm gonna send an email to myself. I'm gonna wait. What is this? Oh, sorry, sending myself an email and I forgot to like print send. Okay. And so this is gonna be for the Hat Man. So we'll do like a whole show on Hat Man. So we've got Poltergeist 2 Adjustment Bureau. Dark City. I forgot all the other ones. Stranger Things. Freddy Krueger. These are the movies. You guys, what other movies have you seen that they've got the hats and burn victim face? Like, oh my gosh, did I mention any other movies? I think I did, and I just completely forgot them. So Poltergeist 2, Adjustment Bureau, Dark City, Stranger Things, Freddy Krueger. Okay, I'm going to go down a little rabbit hole and let's see. Lucifer series on Netflix. Does the main character ever wear a hat and appear with a scary, burned looking face and a three-piece suit? Let's see. This is a Netflix. Looking face, a three-piece suit. Yes. Oh, no way. The specific combination occurs. Lucifer, Morningstar. Okay, I'm going to put it like to research and just look at pictures. Let's see. That was Netflix series. You guys, this is getting really interesting really fast. Holy shit. Okay. Tom Ellis. Cute. She is so cute. Tom Ellis frequently wears tailored three-piece suits. Throughout the series, he reveals his devil face, which appears as burned and raw flesh with glowing eyes on several occasions while still wearing his well-tailored suit, most notably in season 3. But does he have a hat on? Wearing a hat? No. Okay. The main character, Lucifer, does not wear a hat. As part of his regular signature look in Netflix series, the description of a white top hat, a red line suit, and cane belongs to the character Lucifer Morningstar from the animated show something else. Okay. In the nose. Characters known for his suit. Okay. Does Tom Ellis ever wear a hat when he shows his demon or devil face? I forgot what they said it was. Was it a demon face? I already forgot. Series. Okay, devil face. There it is. The devil face introduction. Simply involves skin, red skin, horned appearance. Oh, if he has horns, he's not going to have a hat on, right? They didn't show me pictures; they're just giving me words. Let's see. So that might not be a good example, but I'm still gonna. No, that's what the face looks like. He might not wear a hat, but that's what it looks like when it gets all crinkly. Yes, the guys with the hats on, that's the face they had. The Lucifer guy, devil face. Let me write that out. Devil face. Oh, you guys, this is going to be a good show. This is going to be a really good show. Okay. Oh my gosh, and I'm going to do a lot more research also. Oh, I'm sorry, Shay. I didn't mean for it to be like scary. Oh shit. Oh, thank you. God is in his holy temple. Oh, I'm all creeped out already. Oh, I can hear it in my head. Oh, that's part of the old man song. Thank you, Melinda. When I started reading that, I started getting like the hairs on my everything is standing up right now. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. If I cover up with a blanket, I'm safe. Hold on, let me get my feet covered up. Hold on, let me get under a blanket and I'll be fine. You guys, am I the only one? It's like you watch a scary movie, but you're under the blanket. So like a samurai sword, a 5-body sword won't hurt you under a blanket. You can't get me. You can't get me. Oh, you guys. Oh, you're like, oh, mommy's all stressed out. I'm all right. It's like, why are you putting that cover all over you? Oh, am I sweetie? Are you my sweetie Bo Beatty? She has really filled out over the last 2 weeks. She started eating like crazy, and she usually does that during a growth spurt. But I don't know if she got any longer or taller or anything like that. But she really filled out this last 2 weeks, like muscle, like almost overnight. She's more muscular, like a girl kind of muscle, not like. There's a big difference between a male cat, like when you pet it, it feels like a rock. And a female cat, it can be muscular, but when you pet the female cat, it's like a soft rock. So she still feels soft like a girl. But your muscles got bigger. You're looking more like, she already looked like an adult dog, but now she's bigger, and it's kind of weird for me because that all of that puppy's like disappearing. He's going to the gym at night. Again. Have you guys been conspiring while I was asleep, taking her to the gym? Oh my goodness. Are you going to the gym at night? Is that what's going on? Yeah, what's going on with that? What's up? Yeah, all your muscles here. And I've done a good, like a scratching from head to toe, like so I could see how she's filled out, and I don't feel any type of fat or anything like that. It's all muscle. So I'm so happy giving her the goat's milk. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have said that. Now I'm obligated after I say goodbye to you guys. Obligated myself when I use that word. Hey, before I say goodbye in this energy shift, and things getting better, things improving, emphasizing the next 20 workshop. This is going to be a good one. And not only are we going to do a 20-year plan and do a lot of letting go and allowing and some exercises and so forth, because through the exercises, you're going to see how to set up your plan for the next 20 years. We're not going by any form. Like, if anything, you're going to have one page for every year. So you'll have like 20 pages inside your notebook or spiral notebook or 3-ring binder or whatever, like 20 pages. And each page is 1 year that you could write on it. And you decide how you design this 20-year plan. You're going to do one thing the same all 20 years. We'll do that first, write it on each page, all 20. And here's the cool thing about it. When you start getting tangible like that and writing it down, I intend to let go and allow in the area of I don't know, worth, or like worth and value are some of the top ones. Worth and value. And since, it's kind of at the top of the list, let me put it on all 20 years. Let's say you do a reevaluation on the 14th year and like, that's not an issue anymore. You've really healed with that. Well, it might not need to be on your, hyper focus on it. You might move over to something else. So this plan is adjustable and changeable over time. So yeah, like wealth, abundance, success. You'll be putting this in your 20-year plan. In your letting go and allowing 20-year plan. Isn't that exciting? Now, you can use tangible things like, yachts and mansions and shit if the boomers ever sell their houses. And stuff like that. But we're not going to write those things down. That's not what we're after. We're not after, the promotion. We're after the feelings and emotions that you wanted to feel in a promotion. So one of the first steps is going to be in this 20 years to write down what were your goals and accomplishments, to have a house within 10 years, to do XYZ within this many years or whatever, to get your promotion by 7 years or so we'll look at that and you develop this plan from there. Well, okay, what was it that was I need or in want? So I wanted, was there a possession mentality of this house? Like what were all the feelings and emotions? What was I after really? Was it security and stabilization? And was that what I was after? Status. Maybe I didn't feel so hot, like I was very worthy, but I've got a house, so I don't have to, have to pretend. The house can be my worth. So then if we had a 10-year plan to get in a house, maybe that's more like a 10-year plan to let go and allow and heal in the department of worth and in the area and feelings and emotion of worth. Does it sound like that, like an amazing plan? That sound, oh my gosh, grammar day, word day. Learning English, perfecting English. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm making it up as I go along. So does that sound doable? Like a touchable type of project? That's why you go grab a spiral notebook. You've got lots of pages that you can write on and go through several steps and stages in the process of creating a 20-year plan for yourself. So that makes it easy to create a 20-year plan through your programming. If you were programmed to have the house and the job and all of this stuff at a certain age and a certain time and all, we're going to look at where we sabotage ourselves with our emotions and our feelings. So we'll never get there. And then with the journey of healing, who knows? That it might be you heal, and instead of a house, suddenly here's a big apartment complex that not only you could live in, but you're making a lot of money off of it, and it pays for itself plus. And you were just trying to get a house. Considering you want an apartment complex, because I wouldn't do that. It's just like, well, whatever. If you got the temperament, go for it. It's a good moneymaker. Well, I don't know. Go check and see what are the money makers. Like the ones storage. Those make money. What's the big ones that's like passive income? Well, minimal work. It is upfront stuff. It's like in some places, like where it's around a lake, boat storage. Those are huge money makers and very little to do. with what I see. Or it's seasonal. Isn't that cool? Storage places, RV parks. What's going on? Oh, I want to, and I'm not saying this is a good viable idea. I'm just going to throw one out. I would like to have a storage facility, I guess. A storage facility with passive income, to have this many units, and to grow it, have this many units, then that many units, and so many units by the time, in 10 years, so that I can basically retire or sell my business or whatever. At 10 years and 15 years, here's my goal in 5 years. So you take that and let's translate all of that into feelings and emotions. Why were you doing this at the 5-year mark? Well, I wanted to, get this done so I could get one success under my belt and then do another one. Oh, so is success one of those things where we've got some programs and blocks and cords and trauma around success? So now we've got a plan for ourselves in this 20-year plan to let go, allow, and heal in the area of success. Isn't that awesome? That it's about letting go and allowing. You're not pushing and pulling. Poor thing. She wants to play. She's trying to get me to play right now. Oh, let's see. Flora has talked about, I did not know. Cool, thanks for letting me know. Flora's talked about the underwater bubble thing. Yeah. Of the movie Can of Worms. Okay, let me look that up. Movie Can of Worms. Let's see, they're all inside of a zoo in different containment cells, collector ship. Oh my God. Oh my. That was not what I was expecting. Let's see. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not that. Not human teeth on a worm. Yes, a worm, but not one with human teeth. That is very interesting. Now, what was the concept that you referred me to this worm thing? What inside of it? Can I search for or research? Let's see. Can it work? So they're all inside of a zoo, different containment cells, collector shack. Okay, so I'll look for that part of it. Like if I find the video or something. Can of Worms. Where can I watch Can of Worms? Oh, Disney. Oh crap! I don't have Disney. Oh, it's paid on all of those. It's like that's my policy. Is I don't rent like that. Like if I've got Netflix, I gotta find something on Netflix or Prime or I do without. Or I just don't get to watch it most of the time. But I can do a Google search though and see if I can find some images of them in their different cells. Let's see, Can of Worms. Can of Worms images when they are in their different cells in the zoo. I hope I said that correctly. Okay, that is not at all what I was after. Let me put a few quotation marks in here, and I think I will get a better search. Because I don't know if the search actually was on planet Earth of the stuff they gave me. There we go. Let me put in quotations to refer to the movie. Oh, shit. Hold on. Movie. There. Let's see what comes up. Oh, there we go. 1999. Disney Channel. Can of Worms. The zoo is a cave-like lair on an alien planet. There we go. Curated by the villainous Throde. The zoo contains a variety of strange and, according to fears, disgusting. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm seeing there. Oh, what is that? The reason why pregnant people get ultrasounds and not. Oh, jeez. That looks like an alien. What is this? It expanded. It's not giving me what I'm asking for. Usually, probably because it's such an old movie. Can of Worms movie, Rotten Tomatoes.
The 1999 Disney movie Can of Worms is seen as a nostalgic, lower-budget film. It features Michael Schulman, but reviews suggest it's a formulaic movie, with mixed reviews, often praised for its 90s charm, rather than high critical praise.
Okay. So, very low rating, so I can't find any pictures on it, CW. Low rating does not mean it doesn't have value in this. It's just I can't access pictures. I won't be able to get the pictures. Crap, because I wanted to see them in all their little cells and stuff. Oh, well. Hey, maybe there'll be something on YouTube. I can click on YouTube. All right. Can I support you guys any other way before I say goodbye and bid you adieu? Thanks for hanging out. This energy shift is spectacular. It's only going to go up and up and up for at least 20 years. And then after that, if you've got a 20-year plan and you're healing this whole time, this 20-year plan you've got going on, at the end of 20 years, when the cycle changes and starts kind of like spiraling downward, so to speak, you will have let go of this reality. And none of the cycles affect you anymore. Wasn't that good? Sorry, CW. Like crap. I tried really hard to see it. If you like find pictures or like you watch it or you got pictures of it or something, do you mind emailing those to me? Because I can't access any of those pictures. Like if you've got the movie, like VHS or something, and it just take, a screenshot or something. And I would love to see those pictures and how it's all done. All right, you guys. Yeah. Oh, I saw the same concept on Star Wars too. No, I'm sorry, not Star Wars. Probably Star Wars, but Star Trek. On Star Trek, some collectors would go around to the different planets and all and collecting what looked like people, but people that were, different color skin than we had, like purple and green skin and so forth, that had weird like hair and features. Yeah, thank you so much. So that was Star Trek, and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember that traumatized me. Like, what if they come to Earth and I'm like outside and they're like, here's a fine specimen. It's like, no, there's better. No, nobody likes me. Go get someone else, someone popular. I won't win a popularity contest. Take her. Don't take me. She'll be more entertaining. I will have a bad attitude and you will regret capturing me. I'll tell you, I'm Gen X. You don't want this. Throw this one back. Go grab you a millennial. They'll entertain you. The millennials will. Gen Z, they'll just sit there on their phone and have bed rot. Not very entertaining. If I were from another planet, I'd probably in collecting humans, I'd pick up a millennial for my collection. I'd stay away from Gen X. Fuck that shit. That's gonna be nothing but trouble. So, that would be expensive to maintain and to store. It was like, oh, it kept like FAFO. It's like if we only knew what that meant, it's like he keeps destroying his room. What's going on? What is FAFO? I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you. And I'm gonna head out of here. Is this Friday? I'm just gonna stay home today. With that ridiculous wind, I don't want to be out of that. Screw it. Yeah, so pumping out. Maybe we'll have movie day. I wish I could see that one. Maybe we'll have movie day. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And I guess, oh, bye. Bye, Shay. Hey, bye, Ken. Go make a snow dog. Oh, it's like blizzard-like conditions out there. So if I made a snow anything, it would blow away. I don't think it would hold together. You too, CW. You have a good day. Mindy, it's so interesting. The comment that we were looking at earlier, Sarah's comment. Did you notice that it was 11:11? Well, I don't know if it shows up there where you guys see it, but I saw 1111 on the post announcing like 111 on your CW, and Mindy pointed it out 111 because Mindy goes into gratitude. Now, if you watch the Nines, you look at the Nines, the movie. You guys, where's that like for free? Was it Tubi? I think it's on Tubi for free. Tubi.com. So in the Nines, the meaning of seeing these numbers repeated over and over and over, 111, is this multidimensional being that created that reality. The Nine, Ryan Reynolds, who plays that part. That, according to that movie, was him trying to, I guess, wake himself up, sending signals and signs to himself. Like, hey, you're trapped in a reality. You think this is real, but it's not. And other of the multidimensional beings, which at the end of the movie, this stuff is so telltale, you guys. The end of the movie, that he goes from being Ryan Reynolds in his reality he created with a bunch of sevens, which are humans. And is it Melissa McCarthy? Or wait, what is the actress, you guys? I'm so sorry. No. Is her name McCarthy? I so forgot, you guys. I'm sorry. So the reality remained and the seven stayed, but the creator of the reality, the Nine, that created that reality, left to go to do other things. Now, in his reality, there were other characters. I should do like a review on that. I love that movie. So these different characters would come in, and they were nines, other ones on his level, which we don't quite know what that level is or what it looks like, in there till the end. In the end, when he finally left his creation, you guys are gonna blow your mind. The Nines. This is why I've watched this movie over and over and over again. I'm like, this is insane. At the end, when he lets go, watch how he goes backwards. Like he starts seeing the room, and then he goes outside and he starts going up, and he sees, farther up and up and up. And he's like looking down, and the buildings become smaller and smaller, and there's a progression that he goes through in the process of going back to where he was before. Guess where they end up? They end up being stars. They're up there, like kind of like a pyramid on top, a four-sided pyramid on top, a four-sided pyramid on the bottom, and they meet, and their bases are like glued together, like that kind of a shape. And both of them, all the characters that were there with him, that were doing an intervention, it's like, hey, you got caught up in your reality down here. You think you are this character, and we're here for an intervention. And the reason that we did all these numbers, we were throwing them at you, and all these glitches and things weren't working out in your life, is we were trying to show you the holes, paraphrasing, the holes in your reality, so you saw it wasn't real. So in the end, when he decides to let it go, it still projects that reality, but he's in the position of observing it instead of getting involved and going from that perspective, and then eventually forgetting that you created that reality and get stuck in it. It is so similar to what we're doing. And at the end, when I watched that, they went up there and they were stars in a plasma field, and that's exactly what we're doing. You are having this experience from the perspective of you are a star. And I forgot where all of those pictures. Hold on. I'm trying to find the pictures. Oh, crapola. I was going to memorize that the other day where I kept these pictures. Now I forgot the pictures I was even looking for. Like, oh my God. Oh, no. Okay, it's not this one. Oh, shit. It's Eclipse. No! Why did the background pattern go away? Okay, I think I'm stressing my StreamYard out. Here it is. I found it. Let me jump right to the stars. Where are you, stars? Here we go. Boom. So at the end of the Nines movie, and they find themselves, all the characters, or think of the humans on level 7 in the Nines as non-player characters. Yes, they're labeled as humans in it, but non-player characters. And then you, a god, come in here and you play one of the roles. You even get in trouble. Things don't go quite well for you, and all. And you're a god doing the same damn thing that the non-player characters are doing. So other gods come in and interact with you. Oh, the other ones like you that are playing this video game. The other stars. Because every one of those stars has their non-player characters. Does this make sense? So then suddenly you go like, okay, what in the movie they're calling sevens or humans or non-player characters, and Ryan Reynolds is a god, self-aware, stick-driven. You guys, that's us. That's us. In the Ryan Reynolds position in the Nines. Again, don't take it too like exactly like it is, figurative, yet there are some details that do match in the Nines. That's why I wanted to do a review on it. That would be so cool to do a review on that. And another one called Passengers, and was it 2008? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the year, you guys, but it's not the one Passengers with those two, really famous people, to where he like wakes her up early and all of that. Not that movie, but another movie, Passengers. Again, like 2008. So something like that. And oh my gosh, I'm not going to give anything away on that one. You guys know I give a lot away. Fuck it. You have to watch it yourself. Figure it out. Passengers 2008. Where did I find it? I found it on Tubi. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but I found it on Tubi. So at the end of the Nines, this is where they went. They went back up into their positions of stars, as stars. But they were there the whole time. You were there the whole time, projecting these realities. So it's just you remembered who you were from the star position. I love you guys. I'm so glad we hung out today. I hope you have like an absolute fabulous day. We are in a galactic Colosseum or Roman Greek. Maybe that's why Tupac did that one video in a Colosseum. Ooh. There's a lot of Matrix symbolism in that going on. I'm so grateful for you, Mindy. And it's cool that you're grateful. I love it. Aw, I love you guys. Well, I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a program on GATE. The GATE program, and we're going to do a deep dive on it. And then I don't know if it's going to be the next show that I do, but we're going to take a deep dive into these hat men. And why do we still, see all those burn victim type of roots kind of face, the hats, the 3-piece suits, or find elements that are scattered, like not having the face and the 3-piece suit together, but separate, and so forth. So I love you guys. I think we did a lot of good today, and the stuff that we talked about. And remember, this is only the beginning of a 20 years that we are going to let go, allow, and heal at the beginning of this 20 years. And we set ourselves up for success so we don't spend a year, 2 years, 5 years in the old programs blocking all the awesome stuff that's coming in this 20 years. That's the reason behind this workshop that I'm doing. I've already have people signed up for it. I can't let the class get too big. So sign up early just in case I I, cut off you being able to come in the class and doing it that way, where you would have to do it with like on demand later and not be able to participate in the class. So I would love to see you guys in the class. So it can't get too big. But yeah, I've already had some people sign up next Friday, January the 30th at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, or whatever time it is in Denver today. That's how you find it. So I love you guys. Have a fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow and talk about the Gate Kid.
Roll of dreams where the stars align. Kelly Coffee takes you on a ride divine. In her God bubble we soar through the night, exploring the universe, our vision takes flight. The symphony of galaxies fills the air. Come with me, let's ride on the cosmic breeze. With Kelly Coffee we'll journey through galaxies. In her God bubble we'll explore the unknown. A grand adventure like no one.